Hello, hockey fans. This is Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps. We're through round one of the playoffs, but still, your best place to find league information is through social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. And for live nightly coverage, log on to flowhockey.tv. There you can sign up for monthly or season passes. Here's a look at the standings as we finished up a week ago during the regular season. Minnesota State earned the McNaughton Cup for the third straight year and 5 out of the last 6 with 71 points. The 2-seed Bemidji State, Northern Michigan, and Alaska rounded out the top 4. Those are your home teams for the first round of the playoffs. Bowling Green finished even with Alaska, but started on the road as the 5-seed in Fairbanks. Michigan Tech was 6. Lake Superior State 7, and Alaska Anchorage the 8-seed. Round 1 was great. We had some upsets, some overtime thrillers, but we'll start in Mankato where the top seed took care of business. Number 8 Alaska Anchorage at number 1 Minnesota State. Mike Hastings in his 8th year with the Mavericks. Matt Curley in year number 2 with the Seawolves. Early first period, Jake Jaremko with the offensive zone face-off win. Reggie Lutz is there to knock it home. MSU jumps out to a 1-0 lead. It would only stay that way for 2 minutes. Seawolves throwing pucks at the net. Nolan Nicholas with the shot. Luke Brown with the redirect in front. That's his 8th of the year, and we're tied at 1. Later in the period, 2-on-1 for Minnesota State. Julian Napravnik takes it all the way in. Can't score. Dallas Gerads does. That's his 7th of the season, and the Mavericks smell blood in the water. They would get one more before the first 20 minutes was up, and it was number 20 on the year for Mark Michaelis. That made it 3-1. 8-1 was the final on Friday night. Chris Carlson was replaced by Brandon Perrone after the first. Perrone went on to make 31 saves in the loss. Dryden McKay with 16 saves for his 29th win. Same 2 starters in net on Saturday, McKay and Carlson, and a must-win for UAA. And they played like it, holding Minnesota State off the scoreboard through half the game. And they score first to boot. Great forecheck by Zach Mason causes the turnover. Corey Renwick to Marcus Mitchell. He scores just the 2nd goal of his career, and the Seawolves have the 1-0 lead. Mavs would tie it on Reggie Lutz's 13th goal of the season, so it's 1-1 into the 3rd. More Mavericks, this time on the power play, and it's Nathan Smith knocking in his 9th of the year, and Minnesota State is in the lead. But with their season on the line, the Seawolves strike back, and they come in waves on this one. Corey Renwick is there. He puts it away to tie the game at 2. But Minnesota State just too tough. 5 minutes left. Lutz feeds it to Jaremko, and he tucks in his 8th of the year. That is the game winner. Gerads would add an empty netter for a 4-2 win. Mavericks get the home sweep and advance to round 2 of the playoffs. Chris Carlson, 49 saves in goal for UAA. Dryden McKay just 12 for the Mavs as he now has 30 wins on the year. Up next, the 7 versus 2 matchup, Lake Superior State at Bemidji State. We just saw the top-rated goalie in the league. Here's number 2, Zach Driscoll from BSU. Merrick's Mittens in goal for Lake State. He's pressured early, can't cover up the puck, and the Beavers make him pay. Adam Brady gets it to go. That's his 18th of the year, and it's 1-0 home team. And on a night with 2 stingy goaltenders, that's all they would need. Owen Sillinger scores his 13th of the year in the 2nd period to make it 2-0, and that is your final. Bemidji State takes game 1. Zach Driscoll with 27 saves for his 20th win. Mittens with 33 for the Lakers. What an atmosphere on Saturday night for game 2. Over 2,000 on hand for some playoff hockey. Beavers looking to clinch. Later stages of the first, just 15 seconds after the Lakers tied the game, Brian Basilico puts them up 2-1 on his 2nd of the year, but the Beavers answer back just over a minute later. Great feed from Sillinger across to Alex Adams, who jams it in, and we're tied at 2 after 1. Lakers get going early in the 2nd. Mitchell Oliver with a shot from the point. A beautiful tip by Max Humitz. That's his 20th of the year, and Lake State leads by a goal. Make it 2. Hampus Eriksson gets his 6th of the year, and that would turn out as the game winner. Elias Rosen would pull the Beavers within 1 in the 3rd, but Humit's empty netter puts the game away. 5-3 the final score. Mittens with 45 saves for his 13th victory of the year. and the Lakers stay alive to force Game 3. And a little Sunday night hockey in Bemidji. Mittens and Driscoll set to battle again. Beavers get rolling first. Look at this great feed from Tyler Kirkup to Ethan Samoza. He bangs home his 6th of the year. Beavers up 1-0. Same score, second period. Bemidji State with a 5-on-3 power play. Adam Brady tries it once from up close. It didn't work, but he goes right back to it again, and number 19 scores number 19, and Bemidji State is up 2-rip. But just 30 seconds into the third, Humitz is at it again. The one-timer on the pass from Pierre-Luc Viette. That's number 22 on the season for Humitz, and we've got ourselves a game. Extra attacker on for the Lakers, but Owen Sillinger makes him pay. He scores his 14th into the empty net. Bemidji State wins 3-1, and they hold off the 7th seed from Lake State. The Beavers advance to the semifinals next weekend. Mittens with 33 saves, Driscoll 25, as he notches his 21st win. Off we go to the UP. Number 6 Michigan Tech at number 3 Northern Michigan. So close in proximity that even the visitors brought their band with. The Wildcat crew is there too, of course. These two just met last weekend in the regular season finale, a home-and-home which they split, and both visitors won. Wildcats get the home fans fired up as Hank Sorensen scores his 4th of the year less than 2 minutes into the game, and NMU is up 1-0. It would stay that way till the closing minutes of the second. And a line rush for Michigan Tech. Justin Misiak to Alex Smith with the redirect. That's his 7th, and we're tied at 1 heading into the third. That's when Tommy Peratino took over. Off the face-off win from Logan Pietala, Peratino scores his 11th. That would go down as the game winner, but he wasn't done. He would score 2 empty net goals for the pure hat trick. Michigan Tech wins 4-1 in Game 1. Matt Jarusik stellar in goal for the Huskies, 34 saves. That's his 18th win of the year. Game 2 on Saturday, Northern Michigan looking to keep their season alive on home ice. And just like last night, they start the scoring. Mitchell Slattery shows off the wheels and scores his 4th of the year unassisted, and it's 1-0 Wildcats. A few minutes later in the second period, Huskies answer back. Logan Gainey in the pile-up in front. He scores his 3rd of the season, and we're tied at 1. Both teams score just 23 seconds apart midway through the contest, so we're still tied late in the second. And Andre Gantus with a beautiful drag move scores his 11th of the season, and the Wildcats are up a goal. Into the third we go. Tech looking to respond. From the slot, a bomb by Eric Goetz. That doesn't go, but Logan Gainey is there for the rebound. That's his 4th, and now we're tied at 3 and heading for overtime. Make that triple overtime. And those offensive zone faceoffs, we talk about them all the time. Huskies win this one. Justin Misiak gets it to Logan Pietala, and the freshman scores his 8th of the year, and most important, 4-3 Michigan Tech wins. They get the road sweep in Marquette. Jarusik made 43 saves on the night as the Huskies advance to round 2. Our last stop is in Fairbanks for the 5-4 matchup, Bowling Green at Alaska. Remember, these two ended the season tied in points, but it's the Nanooks who get home ice advantage in round 1. And they use it early, late first period. Alaska on the power play, they get it to Max Newton, who scores from the slot, his 8th of the year, and UAF is up 1-0. Falcons get one back early in the second, so we're tied at 1 in the third. They work it back to the point for the big man, Alec Rawhauser, who blasts home his 11th of the season, and now the Falcons are in front, but only for a few seconds. Make that 37. James LeDuce on the one-timer. He scores his 5th, and we're knotted up at 2. That sets the stage for our Game 1 hero. Tim Theocharidis breaks his stick in half, but he doesn't care. He gets the game winner. That's a power play goal, his 3rd of the year. Frederick Laterna would add another to make it a 4-2 final. Falcons take Game 1 on the road. Eric Dopp just 19 saves as he gets his 18th win of the year. Game 2, Dopp again dueling against Anton Martinson for Alaska. And we may be way up north, but there's some boys from the south. A few Texans in the crowd for Saturday night's game. They're having fun, and they saw a good one. Falcons score first, and it's Max Johnson. He gets the feed from Brandon Cruz to score his 6th of the year. Bowling Green leads 1-0. It would stay that way until the third period. It's a Nanook rush. Kyle Marino with a shot. Caleb Height is there for the putback. He scores his 4th of the season, and we're tied at 1. Less than a minute later, Brandon Cruz on the rush, goes around the net, feeds it for Will Cullen, and he hammers home his 7th of the year. Bowling Green up 2-1. Make that 3-1. Just a minute later, and the Falcons are at it again. This time it's TJ Lloyd with his 3rd. Brandon Cruz assisting on this one as well. That's 3 for him on the night. And that's all they would need. Max Newton scores one late to make it interesting, but the Falcons hold them off. They win Game 2, 3-2, and another road sweep. The Falcons advance to the semifinal round on 21 saves by Dopp. That's his 19th win of the year. Martinson, old number 33, had 33 saves in net for the Nanooks. Round 1 is done, so 8 teams is now down to 4. Let's take a look at the playoff brackets. It's the same setup as last weekend, low versus high, best of 3. Bowling Green is at Bemidji starting Friday night. Then again on Saturday, Sunday, if necessary. Michigan Tech will head to Mankato for a best of 3 at Minnesota State. As usual, we'll wrap things up with our WCHA Weekly Awards. Our forward of the week is Tommy Paratino from Michigan Tech, who led the WCHA with 4 goals in the first round of the playoffs as the Huskies swept Northern Michigan. The sophomore recorded his 2nd natural hat trick of the season Friday with 3 goals in the 3rd period, including the game winner just 2:19 after the 2nd intermission. Paratino also led the league with a +5 rating and was on the ice for Logan Pietala's triple overtime game winner on Saturday. Our defenseman of the week is Tim Theocharidis of Bowling Green, who during Friday's 4-2 win over Alaska tallied a point on 3 of the Falcons' 4 goals. He registered an assist on BGSU's first goal of the night from Alex Barber that knotted the score at 1-1, then potted a power play goal that put Bowling Green in front 3-2 and went down as the eventual game winner. The sophomore capped the night with his 2nd assist on the Falcons' final goal. Our goaltender of the week from Michigan Tech is Matt Jarusik, who led the WCHA with a 1.46 goals against average, a .951 save percentage, and 2 wins in the first round of the playoffs as the Huskies swept Northern. The senior stopped 34 shots Friday and made 43 saves to set a new personal career high as a Tech netminder on Saturday. He hasn't allowed a goal in the last 69 minutes and 8 seconds after Tech won the 2nd longest game in program history with a 4-3 triple overtime win. And our Rookie of the Week is another Husky, Logan Pietala, who led all WCHA rookies with 4 points, a +4 rating, and 21 face-off wins in the first-round sweep of Northern. He scored the game-winning goal and series-clinching goal 4:41 into the 3rd overtime to give Tech the 4-3 win on Saturday, ending the 2nd longest game in program history. And he had 2 points each night with a pair of assists Friday and a goal and an assist on Saturday. That's it for now. We'll be back with more next week. Until then, find us on your favorite social media sites or log on to flowhockey.tv where you can sign up for monthly or season passes. Join us next week as we'll recap round 2 of the playoffs. Until then, thanks for joining us, folks. This has been Inside the WCHA. I'm Ryan Phelps.